Guys, welcome back to the series. This is a little video of an extra thing that I should have added to Bronze 1 when we were talking about the fireball trap, just a drill to help you practice that, and I think I've managed to turn the music down this time, so it should be a bit easier to listen to me.
Preparations.
So I've loaded up Cammy as the dummy that we're going to be practicing against, because Cammy has a pretty strong anti-fireball tool in her spin knuckle, which is this move right here. Let's have a look. I believe it's slot 5. Is that right? Yeah. Spin knuckle. So spin knuckle goes through fireballs, and if in the heavy version it's +3. So if she hits you with it, she's plus. Afterwards it's her turn. Do not try to press a button. Make sure you block. Okay, now we're going to turn that off. So what I want to do in this video is talk about one concept, which is faking your fireball. So if you're constantly throwing fireballs, people are going to realize that that's all you do, and they're just going to wait for you moving around, and as soon as they see your body moving, they're going to jump. And that's how they're going to get in on you, because you can jump in on Ryu's fireball on reaction if you time it really well. So in order to stop that, we want to occasionally fake our fireball. Now there's two ways to do that. One is that we can just throw out a jab like this. So if our opponent's just looking for any sort of movement, then this jab and this crouch medium punch, both of which are pretty quick buttons, will allow us to fake the fireball, recover in time if they jump, and hit them with the dragon punch, and that's what we want. The other thing we can do is to throw Hashogekis, right? Hashogeki is 12 frames rather than 16 for the fireball, and it recovers a lot faster. So you see that fireball is a total of 47 frames, Hashogeki is a total of 35 frames. So you can also Hashogeki an uppercut, but Hashogeki is still a pretty slow move, so you will get caught out sometimes by other things that your opponent might be doing. But Hashogeki also puts this wall out in front of you, so if your opponent is poking a lot like this, or with Cammy's medium kick, which is one of the best pokes in the game, then you can sometimes catch them with the Hashogeki. They'll just put their foot into that fireball wall out in front. Alright, so we want to be faking our fireball occasionally, not just always doing it. And then we also want to drill where we can practice recognizing what sort of distance our opponent's at. So we can recognize that when we're here, we can't throw 2 fireballs in a row because we'll get jumped in on. But when we're here, we can throw basically as many as we want until our opponent does something, and we want to practice being able to walk them to the corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up Cammy to have a dive kick on, and then she's going to be moving around a bit. And for now, we'll just have her moving around like this, not very often. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Whoops, so we threw that fireball too late. So we're just practicing. I shouldn't have thrown 2 in a row there, should I? Because she's too close. But out here, I can throw 2. I want to walk in behind it. That's it. I shouldn't have thrown 2 there because she's too close, yeah? Walk her down. There we go. That's what we want to be good at, right? Seeing her jump our fireball. Oh, we've pushed her nearly to the corner. Here we go, fireball trap time. Just keep pumping those fireballs out. Alright, if you get bored of this because she never seems to be jumping, go back to the start. Why didn't my dragon punch come out? Whoops, my timing was bad. Uppercut. Got her in the trap. When we see her moving backwards, we move in. Whoops. Ooh, why didn't my dragon punch come out? And remember that if we don't get our dragon punch out in time, but we do get to block her, then we can practice our punish combo. I only threw 1 there because she's not in the right spot, but there she's nice and far away, so we can get 2 fireballs out. Medium punch is being a bit weird. Only the 1 there, only the 1 there. If she gets really close, we can throw out our medium kick. So we're just going to practice this drill until we feel very comfortable. Right? And try to occasionally fake a fireball, just to get used to the idea of faking fireballs. Right? If we get jumped in on, it's no problem. It's a drill, right? That's what we're practicing. Right? If we see her moving backwards, we're going to move in and take up that space. And our objective is to drive her into the corner. Once we have her here, I shouldn't have thrown 2 there. Occasionally you can throw an OD fireball, get that knockdown. Now she's in the fireball trap, so we're just going to keep pummeling her. Alright, you get the idea. Once you've got that comfortable, then I want you to add in that spin knuckle. But before we do that, in the full drill, let's just talk about spin knuckle for a second. Alright, so as I said, it's +3 and it goes through fireballs. But it's also very punishable with drive impact, right? And it's got a pretty obvious startup and this sound effect where she says, ah! Most people are going to use the heavy. And what you're going to see is Cammy's just walking away from you like this. They're just going to stand around here and hope that you throw a fireball, and then they're going to do a spin knuckle. So Cammy players are some of the best people to practice your fireball fakes against, because a lot of these things are going to get them to throw one of these spin knuckles, and then you can just punish it with drive impact. If you're slow on the drive impact, then they will be able to drive impact you. Unfortunately, spin knuckle does recover fairly quickly, so you have to press that drive impact pretty early on. If you have this recording such that Cammy does the spin knuckle and then she blocks, you'll know you've got the timing right because you'll get the punish count, alright? So there I must have done it early enough because I got the punish counter. Let's see if I do it a bit late. Still Still got the punish counter. There she was able to block. Alright, so you've got quite a lot of time if you see it early. So once you've got your punish down where you're able to react to spin knuckle with drive impact, then put her onto walk a bit. Practice doing it there. So we're just doing drive impact in response to spin knuckle. And once you've got that down, then put the jump back in. And now start throwing fireballs again. Fake. Oops, so we got caught. That's alright, it's gonna happen. Oops, I was too slow with my dragon punch, but you can see I nearly got it out. Boom. This is all we're trying to do, right? She got, remember she's plus, so just block up. If she gets in close, maybe throw an OD. Keep him honest. She's too close. Throw an overdrive. There we go. And that's what we're trying to do. And then we finish with a Tatsu there, and that leads us into our next video. Alright, so get those drills into you. If you want to make it extra complicated, you can also add in Cammy doing random drive impacts, and you can also tell her to walk a little bit more often once you've got all those different options in there. So you just put this to selection rate of 2. So if her movement is selection rate of 2, and then drive impact, sorry, spin knuckle, drive impact, and cannon spike are all selection rate of 1, then you'll find her moving around a fair bit. That'll let you crack. I shouldn't have thrown 2 there because she was too close, yeah? Oops, and that's exactly what happens. You're going to get punished, alright? Throw 1, see what happens. Okay, and we want to try to react to those drive impacts, because the thing that we're trying to do in this game is always to punish our opponents doing unsafe stuff. There we go. Alright, I will see you in the next episode where we're going to talk about what to do after we hit Cammy with that Tatsu. Alright, see you then.